Okay. There we go. All right.
Hi, my name is Claire Orange, and my project is about making local food more accessible and visible in Prince Edward County. It started for me, I guess, like 2 summers ago, going to Prince Edward County for the first time. So it's like about 2 hours from Toronto, and I just went to like a weekend vacation with my boyfriend. While we were there, we just found it like actually difficult to eat locally, even though like we were seeing farm fields everywhere. First time I went there, I just, like sometimes I just like connect to a place, and I felt that there. I really felt like it was somewhere I could see myself and, thinking about, okay, it's my last year of school, where I want to be. And I thought, if I wanted to work in an area like this, maybe this is an opportunity to kind of explore what opportunities are there, what is needed, and kind of get to know people and see what it would be like. Started off thinking of kind of like some sort of like food co-op. But then as I started to interview people that were like food producers in the area, it seemed a lot of them are making like value-added or small batch products. So what they were all struggling with was having like a commercial kitchen to access to do that, because if you're going to sell something, you can't make it in your own kitchen. And then things like packaging and labeling. So it was like all these people that were trying to make businesses and make a living. They found farming wasn't profitable enough, but if they could make like a sauce or they can make something out of it, it's a lot more profitable. But with that becomes a lot more like regulation. So then it was kind of like an idea of like a center that would have a commercial kitchen, but would also be open to tourists and locals who would kind of like get more educated about the local food that's happening there. So I kind of focused on like one producer who's like the fermenting company, and one thing they make is kombucha. So we thought like, what could you bring to like a market or also like a roadside stand that would kind of educate people more about like your product and how it's made and why they should buy it locally. And now it's kind of like an idea of having like a pop-up or a mobile store that small producers could bring their stuff into Picton every day and drop it off, so people in that town that don't have cars or people that are visiting and don't have time to drive out 2 hours to their farm or don't know that it's there can all go and just like get it. It's definitely that's trying to get that point from like selling it at your farm gate and then selling it maybe even at like a grocery store, like something a bit more livable, like get it into stores, because a lot of them are really struggling with that step. They're all very collaborative and like willing to help, it's just that they're isolated. So it's trying to find like a place that they could come together, and then also use like some of my skills, I guess, like the branding and packaging side to help them make more of a identity for themselves. I guess that's something I like about small towns, is that these ideas feel like they can switch to something real really quickly. So for me, it felt like I could really work with real businesses, and like I've been partnering with the Pyramid Farm and Ferments to work on, my module for the grad show. So like it hasn't been just my ideas, like I've kind of had to take into their branding and their ideas. It's Alex and Jenna, they're a couple. Alex is actually a graphic designer by trade, so they already had like kind of a good brand, which I think probably made them stick out to me. Like when I started to look at like people to talk to, I was like, that's an interesting company who's doing well, and I would like to find out kind of what they have learned and how they were able to kind of like separate themselves. And I think him having that graphic design background helped a lot. Like it was a good partnership, but a lot of farmers don't have that. There's tons of creative people there. There's like lots of like glass blowers like for packaging things, and they're always looking for opportunities too. So there's just like so many ways to partner the different skills, but there definitely needs to be some sort of like place to facilitate that like discussion and interaction between people, and that's kind of what's missing, I guess. Feeling like I can like help someone is what motivates me. It's probably what stops me from like getting burnt out or lazy, like knowing someone's depending on me. And then I really enjoy like the graphic side of things. I think it's like really helped me inform like what I find rewarding in terms of work and like what would make me happy on a daily basis. Like I definitely feel like being involved in the community and maybe more like community planning is something that rewards me more. It wasn't that important to me to know what my project was gonna look like. It was more like kind of like figuring out what people need and like learning about their lives that I found like really interesting and inspiring. No problem, thank you. All right, all done. Perfect.